Welcome back to another show, PhilosoMe Talks show, where we really explore minds of the people that come into the show. They get to tell their story. You know, it's about introspection. You know, what you thinking, how you feeling about whatever. I have another special. Every guest that come on here gonna be special, but gonna be special for a different reason. And this guy here is special to me because he changed my life. And I know I probably said this. Anybody that's probably watching this probably heard the story of how he changed my life. But it all started in Little League football when he caught my attention, being as great as he was. So Mr. Dominique Henry in the building. Everybody, we got a special person. He probably the most decorated athlete in Wilson High School history for sure. I'm talking about from academics to sports to, bro, it all. Like I feel like you probably won every award.
I'm up there though. You like that real though. Like that's something. I try to be humble about everything, but as far as being a true Wilsonian,
yeah,
like I'm up there in the top 5 in the history. Like we could speak on that and just a why and how and just everything from how it all came to be.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. We got to get there, man. But first off, man, like you have a unique story, which we all do. But you have a unique story, man. And so where do you feel like your story starts to allow you to become the person and the man that you are and experience the things that you've experienced in your lifetime? Like where's your story start?
It start from the beginning. All right, like I seen something about Kyrie the other day, number 11. Yeah, I wish I would have showed you that before we got started. Because I seen something with Jordan in the number 23, like that was similar to it. But like, all right, like when I look back on my life and when it all started, it really started from the day I was born. Like I'm here for a reason.
Right.
And I say this because, all right, so, like, my grandfather on my daddy's side, like the patriarch on my daddy's side, Philip Wyndham, that's my dad's dad, he was born on July the 4th,
right.
back in the day. And then my mama's mama, Thomas Henry, his birthday is July the 4th.
Right.
July the 4th, like the same day. So, they children, met each other in high school. They parents got the same birthday,
right?
And then they conceived the child, and my birthday July the 4th, same
word.
day as both of their father's birthday.
Word.
So like that right there to me is like,
damn.
I'm like I look at that as a sign. If that was to happen to me or to somebody nowadays, like okay, that purpose right there.
Yeah.
So like just from right there,
dang.
And yeah. So, I mean, I can go on and on just about my life. Like, my life been amazing, yo. Like, I had an amazing childhood. And then, like, the trials and tribulation that I went through in my adult life, it was all purposeful and meaningful. And it would, like, brought me the peace and the grace that I have now. So, like, my life has been, like, I'm in heaven. Like, like, I realized that.
Word. That's what's up, man. Okay, so you have, when I first noticed you, we was playing Little League football. I didn't play basketball, but I recognized you on the field as somebody that I had to be probably about 7 or 8 or something like that when I first recognized you. And it was like you couldn't be touched or something. It was like you had this thing that I was like a superhero on the football field or something like that.
Word, how you felt, bro? For real though,
bro.
I
think about it,
that, bro.
Think about it, bro.
Yeah, you're right. No, I ain't mean to cut you off.
No, nah.
That's an honor to hear that from you, though, bro.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, for sure, bro.
Because he was there, like we.
Yes, bro.
And like I'm gonna let you finish, bro.
Nah, go ahead.
Same with you, bro. Like
Word.
I swear, when I first saw you, you caught my attention immediately at the practices.
Word.
But go ahead and finish though.
Yeah, bro. Like, so I seen you. It was you and Dontrell, bro. Dontrell just couldn't. If he touched the ball, it was like he was gone. But you was more like, it was more like art or something like that. When I used to watch you play, and you couldn't be stopped, and it motivated me for real, just to like try to be that great at a young age, even though, because everybody want to be good, you know what I'm saying? But to watch somebody that you like, bro, like, how is he doing what he doing, and why can't nobody touch him? Like you said, like, why you was like, you play quarterback and your uniform still used to be clean on rainy days. Yeah. Like nobody couldn't touch you, bro.
Like that was a real thing right there. Like I used to go to whole games without getting tackled.
Come on, bro.
Playing quarterback though.
Come on.
So that made it a little easier. I wasn't playing running back and stuff like that, but I was playing quarterback, and when I used to run, I used to score. Right. If I ain't scored, I just easily run out of bounds. But I was way mature for my age, like growing up. So, like I used to make it look easy. Yeah.
Too easy. Yeah. You made it look so easy that it made me want to figure out how were you doing it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But then later in life, I learned that your pops played in the NFL, so that's something that I want to chop it up with you. Like, what's that experience like? Because, like, having a pops that play in the league, and you got to experience that for a little while. Like, what was that experience like for you as a young man?
It was great. It was great, yo. Like, my pops playing in the league is one of the biggest influences on my life.
Where?
So my pops playing in the league. See, my life been different. So, like, the first cassette tapes that I really remember watching was like my dad's film. So like that was like the first stuff I started watching. Right. It was like film, like preseason games. But my dad was in the game because he played corner, but he was like second team. He played special teams and stuff.
Where?
But preseason, that's when they get a lot of snaps and reps. So that what I was watching when I was like 4, 5, 6,
Where?
And Super Bowls and stuff like that. So that what I was watching when I was at home. And then during the summers, I would go spend the summers with my dad. So I would get to witness, like, I don't even think they had OTAs back then or whatever. Like, but I just see, like, training camp and the beginning of it. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I saw growing up.
Right. So
I was catching passes and running through the bags, and they was being friendly to me, and that was my childhood. Like, if this was to be nowadays, where people could record stuff and stuff like that, like it'll be lit. Like, I would have went viral. Yeah. Like I was out there with them catching the ball
with the Dallas team.
Yeah, they used to be impressed. Like, I catch the ball. I was like 5 and 6 and stuff like that. Mm-hmm.
Bruh.
And so, like, that's what's kind of like what was separating me from a lot of my peers.
Right.
I was around greatness.
Right.
Like, they was winning Super Bowls at that time.
Yeah.
And, like, that was it was a normal thing for me. Yeah. I ain't have realized how special my childhood was. Yeah.
And I think that usually be the challenge though, bro, because like you can your point of view is you, so it's normal to you. So it's hard for you to disconnect what's going on in your life from yourself.
Yeah.
And because I can agree with that. Like, it was a normal thing.
Yeah.
And it translated to what we saw. And it was greatness, bro. Like, I'm telling you, but the best thing about greatness like that is it don't die. Because I feel like something like that it's an energy, bro. Like, being able to do the things that I saw you do, I witnessed you do, not even just football, basketball, academics. You changed my academics, my academic trajectory, just from a phrase.
Yeah.
So, and we'll tap into that too. But yeah, you're right, bro. So you played quarterback all your life. It's up until 9th grade, you said, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I my very first year playing youth league football, I was on the offensive line. My very first year, I was 6 years old. This that picture everybody see with Tyrell and Justin and AC and all of them. They was already 8 and all. I was 6. That was my first year playing. I played on the line that year, and I shout out Coach Sanders. He in my top list of my greatest coaches ever. Mm-hmm. And he influenced a lot of our life. Like at that time, a lot of people can vouch for him. Yeah. He had saw something in me, and he knew that I could catch the ball. Cause I was already catching the NFL ball. I had balls, right. NFL balls and stuff like that. Paws, like yeah. And then they used to have this play called a center pass. I still remember it. We used to always do that. Long story short, he started letting me do it, and I used to catch that jump. Mm. And that play, like me and Tyrell had a famous touchdown pass in the playoffs. That even that young, when I was like 5 or 6 years old, and was in the wild card playing against a team from West Florence, and Tyrell put this on Facebook before, and I was impressed that he had remembered that. Mm-hmm. But we ran like a down and in, and I was like 6, yo. And I mean, when I went up and mossed it and like took it to the house, right. They were just like, "What the mess?" Like, I was like, I can play. Yeah. And like from after that, he said, "You're gonna be my quarterback next year." That's what Coach Sanders said. So from that next year, when I was 7, I was like 6 or 7. I had like 2 more years with flag. I played quarterback from that year all the way up till my 9th grade year of high school. And then mind you, my middle school year in the 8th grade, I played JV. And I was the starting quarterback at Wilson. And we changed that program around as far as from a JV standing. JV had a losing culture at Wilson. Wilson JV. Yeah. We had a special squad that year. And I just toot my own horn, though. But it started with the quarterback. And what impressed everybody, I was in the 8th grade. I was young, And we'll talk about that.
You was in the 8th grade playing JV?
Yeah.
Oh, word.
And I started that. And I was a starting point guard for basketball my 8th grade. I ain't played with my age group since I was like 11 years old. All my peers vouch for that. Like, I don't cap on nothing. Like, they all, like, tell you, like, since I think when I was like 11, Rocky was like, this basketball, though. Yeah. I played up. Right. And it wasn't because I was big. Usually kids do that when they big or they the biggest. I was just advanced. Skillful. Yeah. But with JV, how that team came in and we had a lot of dogs on our team that year. But it went from like JV would never win games or they'll win like 1 or 2 games. And that year we only lost 1 game. We would have won the game we lost. We lost to Dillon that year.
Bro, how you remember this stuff, bro?
Yeah, I got an elephant memory, too.
Yeah, and because...
Well, yeah, bro, it's just so much, bro. Like, we got to start doing this on the weekly or something, bro. Because I got so much I want to ask you, bro.
We gonna build, bro.
Because you a legend in itself, like, so...
Yeah, see, this is what we here for. We can start right now. It's like I said, PhilosoMe Talks, bro. It's just me giving people the opportunity to tell their story. Ask whatever questions. It's a conversation, bro. We do this. You know what I'm saying? We do this. So whatever it is that you feel like is on your mind or your heart, and you want the world to know.
See, like, and then like you say, like you got me thinking now, like about my childhood and how I was brought up. Like the mama that I had, like I had the perfect mama to be like the child that I was. She was always into like being a teen mom and making sure I was looking nice and fresh. Yeah. And I had the haircuts and the gear and like I would look the part. She was always there. Like and she was recording my games, like in flag and stuff like that. She was recording them. And that was one of my most prized possessions, like them tapes. Yeah. But they lost somewhere right now. But this was like flag and stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah, so okay, so getting up into the 9th grade, you end up going to playing receiver, and we're gonna get on some life stuff after football, but you end up transitioning to wide receiver. What was that transition for you like?
It was way easier than I thought it would be.
Or just the position?
When it started out, yeah. Well, okay, like on the high school level, yeah, it was way easier than what I thought it would be. When I say on the high school level, I was just ahead on high school. Now, when I got to college, I realized that I wasn't well coached on being a college wide receiver.
The development of
the technique of being a receiver. Right. I didn't know about all the different releases, the release packages. Now, I know how to read coverages and all that, but it's release packages, stemming somebody on the route, space release. Yeah. We ain't never heard nothing. Ain't nobody taught us about none of that. Like, really, you get off the line and all of that.
Right.
Get by the man. Like, yeah. So I learned. I realized that I learned that quickly when I got to college. Yeah. But on a high school level, it was just natural ability.
Yeah.
Like, and it all happened by accident. Like me playing receiver.
Oh, how?
It happened by accident.
How was it an accident? What you mean?
Like, all right, so you know how we do 7-on-7 in the spring?
Yeah.
Yep. So I was still playing JV and stuff because I remember I was 12 years old. I was 12.
12?
Yeah, I was 12.
Playing JV?
Because I remember after one practice, and then people that was there can vouch for that, man. Like, this what I mean. It was different. Like, after one practice, and we all taking our knee. When practice over, Paige was stand up. Made me stand up. Everybody down. Tell them how old you is. You know what I'm saying? I'm 12. I feel uncomfortable because I didn't, I don't toot my horn like that. You know what I'm saying?
Dang.
This ain't like, but I was doing like the D1 then. I was doing the first team offense. I was just doing them in on 7-on-7. Because it was like, this was the
12.
first team offense. And you know how you put scout team receivers in?
Yeah.
And they was like, Neat, get in that receiver. You know what I'm saying? And they were just like, bomb, bing, seam, 5, corner. Like, all of that. And like, they were just like, what? And then like, yeah, coach was like.
At 12 though, bro.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And then the funny thing, like, because I'll never forget this. We was walking back to the locker room, and Dominique Mudrow, he was like, how old you is, man, for real?
Believe that.
Yeah, and I was like 12, man. He was like, you a 12 lie. But he knew I was 12 though.
Yeah.
Because Tip was one of our coaches.
Yeah.
His pop. Shout out to Coach Tip.
For real though.
Like, yeah, but this is a true story. And like, so when they saw that, they was like, he can play receiver. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And like we had a shortage at receiver, like during that time. Right. Believe it or not, like in Wilson history. Like we had a little shortage that year.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And like I shout out I'm skipping a little bit, but shout out to Lyde. That one Lyde stepped it up all the way. Like after that, like Lyde became the number one guy. Like I ran the slot. But like Coach Page was challenging them. Coach Page was like, our best receiver ain't even in high school yet. You know saying shit like that to them. You know what I'm saying? That's how he was coming at them.
Yeah.
And like, so we had Tyrell and Brandon. You know what I'm saying? Brandon
quarterback?
Yeah. So I just felt like it'd be better for the team. Like if they played quarterback, I'd be better at receiver. The team would be stronger.
Right.
Say if I fought them for quarterback, or if I just been a backup quarterback and not play receiver, if I'm just a backup quarterback on the bench, like that gonna hurt the team. And if I did start at quarterback, like what Brandon and Tyrell gonna play? You know what I'm saying? No shout out to them, but like that they was meant to be the quarterback during that time.
Right.
That's how I looked at it.
Right.
So it made it easy for me to just line up in the slot and do my thing there. And I got love, like, you know what I'm saying, playing in the slot, bro. Yeah, I just regret that I couldn't get the ball as much. I went from touching the ball every play, playing football. So football I lost interest in football once I started playing wide receiver. Right. Like I ain't gonna lie, like I just cause like it ain't like being the point guard in basketball. Yeah. Being a quarterback is like being the point guard.
Yeah. You know what you killed it on the basketball court too, man. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. You so dynamic. So what about we talked about football. What about basketball, bro? Cause you were a great coming through Wilson in basketball too. I'm sure you hold records in basketball at Wilson.
I think so.
And without a doubt.
I think so. I thought about this one day though. I thought about this because I said, okay, now, because I started from my 9th grade year to my senior year.
And varsity?
Yeah.
Where?
Yeah. And it's like my 9th grade year, I probably averaged like 8. You know what I'm saying? In my sophomore year, I probably averaged like 11. You know what I'm saying? My junior and senior year, I averaged 20 plus. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody else did that. That, you know what I'm saying?
We need the record books.
That's what I'm saying. We weren't really into the record books like that at our school.
They gotta have documented though. You think?
I think so. Yeah, I would hope so. But who would say we would find them? Like where we would find them at or whatever.
If anybody watching this knows,
but when I just thought about it, like I was just like, damn, like our games played. Nonetheless, youngin coming up now, he gonna play more games than me because he been starting since the 8th grade.
Oh yeah, true. So
he gonna play more games than me.
Right.
At least minutes played or something like that. Like, I'm like, I gotta be up there.
Yeah, I would be interested in knowing. Yeah. You know, if anybody watching this, man, any coach, anybody that was on, any of the staff or something, if y'all have any records or a way that we can figure out these records, man, and because I feel like that's a part of people's legacy. Like that's something that our children will probably like to see, and it'll change their whole mindset on us as a person. You know, when Wilson is the city for real, you can shut Wilson down during the whole city shut down during homecoming. Yeah. And you hold a record at that school. I mean, I feel like it allowed kids to dream big. And the one thing that I don't want to happen is, and that I see sometimes is like organizations be waiting to people old and disconnected from the youth to give them their flowers. But if you can do it earlier, the youth will be more receptive to that person, that individual, and then we can change the mindsets, while we still young, and it ain't about, to me, it ain't about the recognition, it's about the impact, the boost in, it's like, your impact could be on steroids because now you recognize as a legend for real in writing.
I appreciate that, bro. Yeah.
So
that's what I like about this right here. This right here is the platform right here to do what you just said.
Word.
Like to give everybody that chance to
right
speak on their legacy and get their flowers while they're here. Because we got so many.
We got a lot.
Talk about that. Like
that's
how
under
many it was and under before us. You see, and that's another thing too. Like I had a lot of inspiration. Like I say, like just like coming up. All right, like I've been on the sideline at Wilson since I've been in like the 2nd grade, like on football, because I've been like the little ball boy.
Right.
So like that too helped me out with the program a little bit, like, cause I ain't knew it at the time. Just to go back a little bit on like football, like or whatever, like shout out to Coach Page, like he one of the greatest motivators, one of the greatest coaches too, one of the greatest like human beings, like in my life. But I knew the plays, bro. I knew the plays like you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I knew the plays when I was in like middle school. I knew what 7X was. I knew what Tiger was. I knew what Apache was and all of that because I was right there.
Right.
And so I had like an advantage on that too. That was allowing me to be able to be more advanced.
Right.
It was just a blessing. I don't even know how I ended up being a ball boy. My aunt just took me out to the game or something, and somehow I ended up on the sideline.
Now you was probably dogging people. You know how people used to play football outside of the game, and shoot, you was probably eating people up or something.
Do that, yeah. I don't even know how I ended up on the sideline, yo. Yeah. But even Dominique Muldrow, like shout out to Dominique, a part of his name came up. This is 2nd, 3rd time. He the one that was like mentoring me.
Word.
And then, so me and Dominique got a different, unique relationship. Like
That's what up.
I used to spend the night with him, like growing up.
What I'm gonna do, is I'm gonna get like a couple of the players, and we gonna all have a discussion recorded, for the show. Dope, so that's coming up. I just thought about that. So yeah, we definitely gonna do that. But one thing that you it seemed like you pick up on stuff. One thing that I know about you is your mind is different, bro. Like, I feel like you simplify things. Like complex things you make simple. Like one of the things I said earlier, you changed my life. And I never forget I watched you and J-Dub walk across the stage for the National Honor Society in school. Okay. I was sitting in the thing and I was just observing. And I was like, yo, it's kind of cool that this is like a pep rally for academics. Yeah. And afterward, when I realized what that was, I asked you, we was in the bathroom. You was in one stall, I was in the other, and I was just like, man, I'm just asking. And I was like, bro, how you get to do that? And you just like, bro, just do all your work.
Just do the work. Simple and right. Yo, when I was like, I couldn't believe like it was like that. I guess it wasn't cool to be smart like right. Before, like at a certain point, like right. In our culture.
Nah, for real though.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like I feel like it was people before me, I know for sure. But as far as like, you know, our era and our time, like, you know, I was an example of like, yo, make your grades because this is a better look for you. It look better. It feel better.
I thought it was so cool,
open more
bro.
Doors. Like, yeah,
that joint was cool.
Feel better. Like, to make better grades.
I felt that
if
though.
If you're doing it on the field and the sports and you killing it in the classroom, and like, you're bruh, you
no
like
lie.
A king. You know what I'm saying?
No lie, bro.
And I got treatment for that, man. I got an advantage. People don't know some of the stuff. Like, we'll get into that in the future. We'll get into like Wilson's greatest tales or something. Like Wilson's, you know, your greatest little secrets or tales or something, bro. Like people,
stuff that people just can't even imagine.
But
from that day, I did that, bro. And crazy to say, I walked across that same stage, bro. I was National Honor Society, the same one that you was in. From that conversation, because I was like, I wasn't no DF student. I was kind of like an average student, but I wasn't giving my best. You know, but from that day, I just started turning in everything. And when I realized by me turning in everything, I couldn't half do it. So I would do it to the best of my ability doing it. And I made the Honor Society. In college, I did the same thing and made International Honor Society. So, and people always used to think that I was smart. And every time, bro, I give you credit, like, bro, Dominique Henry changed my whole mindset just by a one sentence, you know, that and planted that seed that now people think I'm smart, but bro, I be having to read multiple times to gain an understanding. I have to read books twice, you know, because I feel like it's like a movie, right? Like you watch a movie and then the second time you watch it, you pick up on different stuff. Imagine what a book is and you reading words, you know, you're going to pick up other stuff. So life after that, bro. You went to South Carolina State, man, and I don't think you actually were able to accomplish what you wanted to accomplish as far as athletics, at least. Maybe so, as far as athletics after college. So what, tell us the story behind that and what you felt and learned from that experience.
I lost focus at South Carolina State. Like, I lost focus. I ain't had no discipline, and looking back at it, not to make no excuses. I don't like to make excuses, but I just I had lacked mentorship.
Word.
You know, and that go back all the way from high school and middle school and stuff too. Like I had a lot of freedom outside of sports. You know, I was raised by my mama and my grandmama, and they work. So I come up from school and I'm by myself. So that meant I feel like that's why I won the state championship in high school, and why I didn't. Not to say I was supposed to make it to the league, which is why I'm not recognized as much at South Carolina State as I was supposed to, because I ain't put in the work.
Word.
And life is like that. You can't cheat life.
Yeah.
That's what I want to teach the kids, like,
right.
And like that what God is and life is, or you just. It's fair game. Like you're gonna get in what you put out, and I didn't put in the work to succeed at that level of college football. You You know what I'm saying? I mean, I got time. I didn't redshirt. I played my freshman year, like, you know.
Word.
But I didn't do my thing for my standards. You know what I'm saying?
You said
exactly
something.
why.
You said something, and I want to get into it while we got some time. You talk about life, bro, and I think that's the part. Your mind and us having conversations is probably the part that people don't know fully how you think. You know what I'm saying? So what is life about to you? We're gonna get into a little bit deeper right now. What is life about to you?
Life, it's hard to even put into words. You know how some people say you can't put love into words, or I ain't got enough words to describe how I love you. You know, I can't describe what life is, you know, but just the level that I'm at right now, I realize that this the greatest gift. Like, that's why I serve the Most High. Like, I just call it the Most High. Whatever it was that
Created
like we here.
Yeah.
Like, you know, and then I don't know what happened when we perish, like when we die. Mm-hmm. But I know that, like, I'm here right now. And, like, this the time. And, like, when I put all that into realization, it made me realize that life is the most precious gift. It's a beautiful dream. Like, it's as sweet as you make it. So I want to make the best of my life now.
Word.
I say all that to say, dang, see, you don't spark a nerve now. See, I say all that to say, like, I learned how to not trip off of stuff and not to chase things, and how to have peace and what's meant for me, and how to handle stress, and like how to, like, what I would call my failures and all that. That was a mentality, just lessons.
Right.
Shift my philosophy to, like, lessons and blessings.
Yeah.
And how doors open up, bro. Like, how you came in my life at that time. Like, when you reintroduced back into my life, that was like one of the lowest points of my life.
Right.
But when I look back and pinpoint that was a shift. Because I love you, bro, you know, and we was able to have these certain conversations. Like, shout out to Wyatt. Wyatt knew it. I think Wyatt, the one that probably told you to come see me, or told me to call you.
Shout out to Wyatt.
Yeah, and you came, and you used to come see me in Village Creek. You used to pull up on me, and that was when I was really going through it, you know. Yeah. And looking back at it now, I'm looking at it like, okay, this was just my life. This was meant to be, and this was the purpose of my life for whatever come to be next. Like, it just, basically what I'm saying is, it changed my perspective on life.
Yeah. And I think that's usually what happens, man, because honestly, bro, and I don't think we ever really talk about it, while you were going through that low point in your life, bro, and we met, I never saw you at a low point. Like, I always saw you the same person that I looked up to. You know what I'm saying? Even at your low point. And I think that's what.
Yeah.
That was we used to sit and have regular you was at a low point, and we was having high level conversations.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I never seen you, like, complain to a point to where it was, because sometimes somebody's else low point can bring you down. Every time I left you, I felt elevated.
Yeah.
You know, just from the conversation.
I respect that. I appreciate that.
You know,
bro.
And I know you felt it. You know, because the excitement, bro. We used to talk for hours. You know, just about real deep stuff. But I never saw you, even though you were at a low point. It's like I never saw your low point, because I was always seeing you higher, you know.
See, I'm gonna speak on that. And see, like, that go back to, I was telling you about how it all started from the beginning. See, like, I always had favor in my life, and my perspective allowed me to see that, because while I was going through what I was going through, I was able to see and even be around people that was going through worse.
Word.
So that put, even when I was going through what I was going through, it was people that needed me at the time.
Word.
And I would give, stuff and put me in critical positions because I'm giving just because that who I am, and it is better to give,
Word.
But I just know that like their situation was more difficult than mine.
Right.
Like I ain't that selfish. I ain't selfish at all. Like I like to pass the ball. Like I like to throw the, like I'm a people's person.
Right.
So even during then, like I realized like during my roughest time, like I always had favor, and I got cousins and best friends that still in prison, and did 10 to 15 years and come out and got restaurants and doing things or handling business and stuff like that. So I'm like, I can't be complaining. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I still eat Zaxby's every day. Whatever I want. That's the worst thing I eat, probably like Zaxby's or something. Like, so I'm eating good. Like I'm still blessed. Like, but that ain't nothing. That ain't me.
Yeah.
Like that the people around me and the people that God put in my life, and just the aura that God, that the Most High put in me, and I don't take that for granted.
Right. So what's one of the lessons from what you considered a failure? What's one of the lessons you feel like you learned that you probably carry with you for the rest of your existence?
All right. So, yeah. And we beating around the bush a lot. So I was talking about South Carolina State and like how I was telling you just how I didn't put in the work.
Right.
It's so another big part of what happened at South Carolina State too was I had a chance to play basketball also. So I had a chance to like literally make history. I probably would have started my freshman year. Like, I would have been better. I'm better than what they thought I was. You know what I'm saying?
Dang, I ain't know that.
Yeah. So once the football season had ended, I wasn't used to that kind of grind. Like in football practice at South Carolina State, like it wasn't tough. Football practice at State was actually easier than at Woodson. But when you add in classes and study hall, then practice, then treatment, and then meetings, and then games, and then Thanksgiving you playing games and all of that. So when the season was over, I wanted a break. I lied to myself and told myself, I was like, I wanted to be a regular college student. My mom was on the phone like, Neek, are you serious? Like, I think you should play basketball. And I was like, Mama, like, it was like, I think it might have been like Christmas break or something coming up. Football season was over. Yeah, so like, it'd be like Christmas break, when the New Year's Bowl was coming up. And they was like, I had to stay. Like, basketball was kind of getting right in the form.
Right.
And I ain't wanted to do it, yo. But I'd be like, if I would have put in that work and pushed myself, or like if I would have had my dad, like somebody just to push me, like some male influence. Like I ain't had no male influences in my life. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I started doing all the wrong things. Like, you know what I'm saying? When you had that free time, like that idle time, that is the devil's playground. Like that's something like them old people say. And old people be real about what they say and shit. Like, see, when I had that idle time and I got that free time, being a college student at South Carolina State and shit like that, in the party school, and first time getting like a refund check. Yeah. I'm from the hood. I'm flipping this. Boy, I got some racks. I had life scholarship, Pell Grant. I got more than the average student because of all my grades and stuff. I felt like a damn trap king and shit at South Carolina State, man. And like, I didn't even focus on football really after that. To be honest, my main focus was just like I was lost. Like I ain't had no main focus. And then so that was one of my biggest regrets to what you say, or what I could change. I would say like stay locked in, but people need people in their life to keep them locked in.
I agree with you, bro.
I
agree with that mentorship.
A father, a brother, a friend,
guidance,
wife, a husband, or something, a girlfriend. I had no girlfriend. I had no love really at that time. Like I was away from my mom and my grandma. Like they work, so I'm on my own. They just trusted me to do the right thing, and they respected my decision to not play basketball my freshman year at South Carolina State. and that changed my life. Like, that's my first year of my life not being on a basketball team. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Probably led me into a depression without me knowing. Right. Like, it did lead me into a depression without me knowing. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Dang, bro. I appreciate you sharing that, bro. That's new.
Bro. Yeah,
that I did not know that, bro.
Yeah, we're gonna be an open book. Bro.
I did not know that. So
dialogue.
Yeah, so you would have been the first time dual sport football basketball athlete.
Yeah, I think I would have made history, bro. Like, you know, God done showed it. I done dreamed about it. You know what I'm saying? So I know I would have made history. Like, I would have already, like, yeah. Like, I would have made history. Like, Woodson and South Carolina State already got, like, a relationship.
Right.
Like, my aunt played for the band at South Carolina State, and she got so much South Carolina State memorabilia at her little apartment when I was growing up. And I used to spend the night with her. Like, that was all her stuff. And then I ended up, like, going there. She used to come to all the games. My Sean, Melena Benjamin, she a teacher at Wilson right now.
Yeah.
She come to all the games, and, like, she went there, and, like, like, if I would have took it serious, yeah, I would have played the most games. I would have started. Football, I would have set records with punt returns. In basketball, we would have won the MEAC probably every year, and I'd have played on TV in the NCAA tournament. Like, probably got a chance to, like, upset, like, Kentucky or, like, Duke or something. Like, I had a chance to do that. Like, I done dreamed about that before.
Yeah.
Dreamed about that.
Yeah.
Like, catching fire against, like, Kentucky or something.
Yeah.
Like, back in my hooping days when I was, like, hooping and shit.
Man, that would have been.
Dreaming about that.
That would have been I believe dreams it's an experience. So even though you didn't have, like you said earlier, I'm a believer that we live in a dream right now, for real. Like, I feel like when we pass, we gonna wake up and we're gonna be like, bro, how long was I asleep? You know, like that was a dream felt real.
Crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, that dream felt real. So I feel like you got to experience that. But what's one thing that you feel like you wish people knew about you?
Let me see that. If I had to put it to one thing, like, just that I'm like really I don't care. So it's kind of hard for me to, like, answer that question. Like, you know what I'm saying? Not to sound like closed door or whatever. Like, but like it really don't matter to me. I mean, I guess I want people to know that like it's all love with me. Like I'm all love and I'm all honest.
What's your mission though? What's your life purpose? You feel?
Right now, at this point in my life, my purpose is to raise my children and just protect them, bless them in this world right now. They're already amazing and, like, doing great things. So I just want to protect them from, like, the wickedry of the world, like the lies of the world. Like, that's my purpose and my duty now. It's like, okay, God gave me these special children. So it's like, that my focus right there. It's my job as a father to teach them wisdom, give them strength and resilience, because they're going to go through shit in life. And I just want to be the best father. Like, that my main thing. I ain't competing against nobody no more, and I ain't doing, like, nothing that's stressing me. And people don't see me out or nothing like that, but I'm happy. Like, I got peace in my life. Like, I'll be at the crib. So anybody, like, hit me up. Like, this is what I like to do. I like for y'all to pull up on me, or we come chill and have high level conversations, or something like that. Yeah. Like, I'm in the house, I'm chilling.
We definitely be having
my mission though is just like I'm raising my children, man, and part of my life is a dream, and I done dreamed that I want my dream to come true, seeing my children grow up, and for me to like. Be seeing my kids do things in life, you know, whatever my son do, I'm participating in his events or his job or his career, assisting him, helping him, Like he helping me, like laughing with my son as he get older. Like watching my mama get older. Like watching you and I grow. Like that's my purpose. I'm into that kind of shit. Yeah. Like watching us grow, watching our children grow, like learning shit. Ain't no telling what we might learn next month or next year. You know what I'm saying? That change the course of our life and stuff. So I'm just waiting for the next update and just my antennas up and I'm awake. Right.
So if you felt like if you could be an expert at anything, what would you want to be an expert in? All right.
Yeah. It's gonna sound kind of vague, I guess, but life. I am a life expert. Yeah. From the best I know it. Like I'm a life expert. You know, like, yeah. The biggest advice I give is like we take the shit too serious. Like we take life a lot too serious. But like life about pain and struggle. That's what life about. Like overcoming it though. It's a beautiful struggle. That's what I like. That the phrase I heard that always stuck in my heart. The beautiful struggle that life is. And like, damn, we got it the easiest out of damn near all of our like ancestors and stuff. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like, yeah, it's a life expert. And it's an agent of peace and love.
Yo, man, I agree with you, bro. I told myself, because I asked myself that same question, and I always call myself a student of life. Like when people ask me who are you? You know, I'm a student. You know, like I'm a student, and my name is Antwain. You know, I'm a student of this life, bro.
Yeah.
Because I feel like you're not supposed to get life right, because this is our first time. You know, this is our first time in this particular existence that we can remember. So anything that you do for the first time, unless you just strike luck, like you learning it.
Right.
So even if you strike luck, you still learning it. So don't
beat some error.
It has to be. It has to be. But like you said, you got to be able to overcome it.
Right.
You know,
learn from it.
Exactly. And I think we put a lot of pressure on ourselves about getting life right, and I feel like that's a part of one of the major stressors on this earth is getting your first time experience at life right, bro.
Yo, you hit something. See, now what you said right there, it made me think about it too. Cause like, okay, I like your perspective too, because you said we put a lot of pressure on ourselves. And then this go back to the 5 why theory. I got a philosophy called the 5 why theory. And I don't know how this came to be. But if somebody was using this before me, let me know. You know what I'm saying? But like, I'd be like, why? Like, why we put so much pressure on ourselves? And really, it be other people. Like, peer pressure is a motherfucker, even for adults. And like, soon as you fail or make a mistake, people love to clown you or to highlight your mistakes. Right. Shit gets shared 30, 40 times. They're going to clown you. And so that puts you on eggshells and make you want to be perfect. And make you want to hide your flaws, like that make you want to not be honest. And it's like we all doing it to each other. Like we need better leadership. We need better voices out here to help people understand that right there. So we can all stop doing that to each other.
Yeah, because if we're doing it to each other, we're doing it to ourselves.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We creating that to bounce back on us. Yeah. One of the things I watched that movie Book of Clarence, and it's about the Bible, and
I gotta watch that too. I always wanted to see the Book of Clarence.
It's on Netflix.
Yeah,
it's on Netflix now.
Check it out.
But one of the lines that's in the Bible, and they said in the movie was, "Let he without sin cast the first stone." And when I heard it before throughout my life, but while I was watching the movie and seeing a picture of people stoning somebody, and he just stopped the stone and he started pointing out. Like you do this, you do this.
Yeah, bro.
You know what I'm saying? What you doing stoning this person for this, and you do this.
That's exactly what people learn nowadays.
Yeah,
so they highlight everybody else's flaws and like it's hypocritical. It's hypocrisy. Like that God don't like hypocrisy. Like that what it is. Like and that comes from the heart. Like people do that because they really hurt. Like I want to heal people.
Yeah.
The God in us be hurting, man. Like we stone people and shit like that because they was hurt. And the main people that bash people that try to highlight somebody's flaws on social media, them really be the hurt ones.
Right.
Cause like successful people be trying to help people and look out for people and shit.
I agree
you know
with you, bro.
Like, that what the heel do. So like I say, like nowadays people they'll laugh at you before they help you.
Right.
Now the majority, like even if it feels like shit from what I see, I mean it's like, but I ain't like that. Like I'm always trying. You'll never see me clowning people. When I was going through my hardship, you'll never see me making no damn post of sorrow on Facebook or crying out about what I'm going through or how this happened with my family, whatever. Like you know, it's just within. Like I live within.
Right,
you know,
man.
and like all that other shit, people they're trying to impress everybody else. It really is for other people, whether they want to admit it or not. The majority of it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I definitely agree with you, man. Yeah, that's so we about to wrap it up, man. And anything that you got on your mind or your heart, you have the space to share with the world right now, bro. Like any message.
Let me go through my little. Hold on, because you know, bro, I gotta sit down and talk to you one day and ask you some questions.
Okay.
But just before we wrap up, this is something I was curious about because you one of the best running backs in Woodson high school history, and Woodson done had a stable of running backs. So for you to be in the top in it, but none of them never really went D1. Right though, we brought that up. Yeah. So like how do you feel? Personally, about having the career that you had at Wilson and your career after Wilson.
Man, so honestly, bro, I don't understand it. Like I don't understand. I bumped into Coach Page and he was telling me about the record that I have as far as rushing yards. 6,000 rushing yards. I think he said between 5,800 6,000 rushing yards. The closest.
That the career.
That's Wilson history.
Career rushing record.
The closest second was 4,000 yards.
So you started your freshman year too?
I played. I started a couple games because we had Dre Haynes. Dre Thomas. Yeah.
Okay, I remember that year. So that was like my junior year, I think.
Yeah, so I played, but I didn't start.
Yeah.
I had some starting games. But then the next year I started.
6,000 yards for a career in high school, bro. That is.
Yeah. First 3-time all zone on the zone team. I got on the zone team as a sophomore.
Yeah.
So I was the first player to ever get 3-time. Be on the zone team 3 times. So but after like not going D1 fucked me up, bro. Like not going D1 kind of messed up my whole how I thought my life was gonna be. Right. Like just off of just having fun.
Yeah.
And like having a family. I'm the oldest of 5. And seeing my mom have to work the way that she did and me have to be like the father figure of the house young, and I'm thinking, man, bro, I can go play on TV and it's gonna change my life at home. Yeah. But I ain't have no offers like out of school. Yeah. So I never really understood it. And like we was discussing earlier, like the greatness that people saw in me or see in me when it come to sports and stuff like that, I never saw it because I've never done anything that I desired to do when it came to football. Like I never experienced going to that big school. I just never understood it, bro. So I never felt great. And like a lot of the stuff that people see now and they tell me, man, you doing great, you doing this, you doing that. I can't feel it. Because I've heard that all of my life and nothing came of it. And as far as that, now everything that's happened, I know it happened because it was supposed to. Like that's my understanding now. But when I reflected, John Williams had sent me a post that he had posted a couple months ago, and it was a highlight. And you know, like when you looking at film in high school or even in college, like you always listen with the sound off. So he sent me a couple months ago, maybe 2 months ago, he sent me a highlight of me. And that was the first time I ever heard people cheering for me, bro. And I broke out crying. Like 2 months ago.
Yeah,
you know,
it can get you like that sometimes.
Yeah.
You kind of realize how impactful the moments was.
Right.
Kind of like get you sometimes. Like,
because you know, you don't ever get to hear it. When you on the court or on the floor, you don't hear that. You know what I'm saying? You just zoned into what's going on. So I never heard nobody cheer for me, bro, until 2 months ago. And I couldn't believe it. I was like, bro, like people like screaming at something that I'm doing on the field, just reacting. You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't even, what was I thinking at this moment? You know?
You made me think about something too. Bro, one time we was playing in North Myrtle Beach, yo, and I scored a little touchdown on a little seam, and we scored, and we was kind of jumping up and down, and Dane Hamrick, like, I remember he was right in my face. And he was slapping me on the helmet. I was just jumping around, but I guess he could see the look in my face. I had like a regular look. Right. He was like, smile or do something. Like I was jumping around. Yeah. I don't know, bro. Like, I ain't never really got that excited about it. Neither did, like, he was just, I don't know, bro. It was just something. Yeah. I don't know, like, maybe we was looking for something else or something more or something greater.
I think it was just so natural for us, bro. Like it was a very natural thing. And sometimes when you got a gift, it's like a spoiled child. Like God will bless you with, or the Creator bless you with this gift, and you like a spoiled child that you don't even recognize it. Like other people see it, like it'd be like, bro, you got everything you need, bro. Like what's wrong with you? Like other people see it, but you want something else though. Yeah. You know, so when you got a gift and that's been given to you, you looking outside for
and see, like, and then this how society play us too. This is something else I realized about life and the heaven that we really, like, we all in heaven. Like we live in a dream. Cause I'm like, everybody got a gift that just as impactful as mine was. See, mine just happened to be football, and I live in America, so that shit like a religion, like they worship football and shit. But like, say if somebody can draw, it was people in my class who like they can color real good. Yeah. And I would be like one person in the class who when they color, you'd be like, damn, that shit ain't got no streaks in it.
Exactly.
The outline, you'd be like, what the fuck? Like, you can make more money than a football player.
Yeah, for real though.
Art. It'd be somebody who can sing. It'd be somebody who can cook. It'd be somebody that good at like mechanic stuff. And I'd be like, all this is what we need to make the village work. Right. We need the entertainment. We need the health people. We need the cooks. So I'm like, everybody got their gifts. I'm like, so many of us just chasing other shit instead of just focusing on our gift.
Right.
You know, parents seeing your child's gift and just like just nurturing them up on their gift.
It's hard to see though. Like, so one thing that helped me, bro, is I used to ask people like, man, if you had what you see that I have, what would you do? You know what I'm saying? It's just so I could see what their perspective, because like, so if you could sing and you would have asked me that question, I'd be like, bro, I'll be going to try to audition someplace, you know, American Idol or something. It's
easy to say what you would have did if you
was somebody else. But you can't see your own, Joe. You don't know what to do.
I'll be saying that shit too. So I'm like, you can do this, you can do that. Because motherfuckers be telling me all kind of shit. Like, well, you can get a camp, you can get a business, you can do all this.
Like, what you doing with your talent? but
girl, you can get a restaurant with this girl, you can do this, you can start doing hair.
Right.
Yeah, we always be like, we see the gift. We do see the gifts in people,
and other people.
Then it do feel good when you see people step into their gift. And they thrive.
Yeah.
Because it take courage, man. That be the main thing. Like, that's what I'm saying about this world. We talk about that later. Like, this shit a dream, man. And it is like a dark force, like an opposition that kind of like take away your dream, like your light. Like your life got a natural purpose.
Right. But
the world, like a game, that shit got obstacles that we try to like block you from it.
Yeah.
And like you got handlers and shit that be trying to like, not even say they trying to, but it's like the way the game's set up, it ain't gonna be easy. You're gonna have to like maneuver through all the damn bullshit. It gonna be hard. Like you're gonna think it can't happen. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Bro, one thing that like I be going like this. You know how the VR games and stuff like that, you looking through these goggles and the first thing you do usually is look at your hands. You know, like, But if you really think about it, and this is what helps me create, bro, is it's a game. You know, like this is a VR game, and I'm looking at my hands, and I don't have to hit A to turn my hands around. I could just do it.
Best game ever.
Right. So if you able to move and put the pieces together for what it is that you desire, because it's out there, you know, and you play the game, you know, and you look at every day, like Super Mario, I use this reference, the Super Mario Brother game, he had a goal to get Princess, but the entire game, you overcoming obstacles. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. And then when you lose, you got to start over, but when you get to that point again, you kind of like, all right, I know what to do now. I know he's going to do this.
Some of that shit you destined to fail. Some of you can't pass some of them boys on the first try. You feel me?
Right.
Some of them boys, you got to make the mistake to know, like,
exactly.
Okay, I see how they doing it.
Yeah, but he had a goal, though.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that's the lesson from that game that I learned is to overcome these. Have a goal, because if you got a goal, you can overcome. Exactly, you got a direction, because you can move side to side, bro, and do a whole lot of moving, but don't move you ain't making no progress. You just moving side to side. You running gases. You know what I'm saying? But if you got a goal, no matter if you veer off, you got that. It's like a magnet. Like it can come back. It's easier to come back to. You know, but if you ain't got no goal, it's like what they say, like a boat without a sail. Any wind is the right wind.
Yep. That's a great analogy right there. Like a boat without a sail, or a boat without a destination. That shit is out there.
It's out there. Yeah.
Like, you know, a boat need to leave with a purpose.
Exactly.
Know where you're going. That shit just kind of out there. You're going to end up in it. You might end up in a good place, but shit, you might. You ain't got no purpose.
Exactly. Yeah. So that 10 years, that 5 years is going to come, bro.
Right. That goal, that love. Love, like he wanted that shit so bad, like I say, a goal or love really is something that you're willing to really die for.
Like,
you know what I'm saying? Like shit, nigga, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna die trying. Like niggas say, get rich and die. That nigga wanted to get rich so bad, I died trying. He got rich too. He got rich, ain't he? You know what I'm saying? Rich, what is rich? That's another conversation for another day.
Man. So,
what is rich?
And those are conversations that I like, because people you be using words. And then they don't. I have to, in order for me to properly sometimes ask a question, I have to ask the person, well, what does that mean to you? Because if you asking me a question and we got two different definitions, I'm gonna answer the question from me instead of answering your question.
Right.
You know.
Right. So, I like that.
Yeah. So.
Bro, I love you.
Word. Yeah. Man, I love you too, bro. But yeah, this has been. We're gonna have to continue this, because the conversations that we have, bro, I feel like this is just the introduction to you, because the conversations that we have, like we started dabbling in a little bit towards the end of this episode, is the conversations that we be having. You know, it's always very fruitful. It's always very informative. Different perspectives that we be open to, and we be learning. So I definitely look forward to having you back on to continue this conversation, and get into the depth of ourselves, bro. You know, I think that'll be a beautiful thing for the world to see. But I do definitely appreciate you for making the time to come today, man, and coming with the energy that you came with, that you always come with. Congratulations on everything that you're accomplishing right now, bro. Congratulations on the peace that you found, you know, bro, because it's just amazing. I empathize with your story, because I'm a part of it. And just to see and hear you say that you at peace, bro, it's like my heart got a hug. You know what I mean?
Respect. Yeah. Respect. I appreciate that too,
bro. Yeah. So I'm always here for you, bro. You know, I'm a phone call away. And for the people, I like to thank y'all for tuning in to this special occasion. I'm here with the Dominique Henry, one of my inspirations in my lifetime. So if you see me, you know that he was one of the guys that inspired the man that you see. And we've been able to chop it up on PhilosoMe Talk podcast today. PhilosoMe Talk show, because I told myself I don't want to do podcasts. I feel like podcasts is kind of like regular.
Yeah.
It's a show.
It's a show.
Yeah,
Make it more meaningful.
Right. So PhilosoMe Talks show, man. I appreciate you for coming. I always leave y'all with a word of inspiration. And today it's about focus. Like what you said earlier, it's about focus. And I want y'all to think about a magnifying glass. If you have a plank of wood and the sun might dry that wood out. The sun might, it'll help decompose that wood, but it'll take some time. But if you put a magnifying glass to focus that light onto a spot on that wood, it'll burn a hole through it. So for us, we are light. We are created with light. Light is everything. If we're able to focus ourselves on what it is that we desire, focus our minds on what it is that we want to achieve or accomplish, even overcome. If we're able to focus our mind, we'll be able to burn a hole through that plank, man. And I feel like it's important for us to know that, because what I'm seeing is a lack of focus at a very, very high level. And I understand that all of us got things that we want to accomplish. Some of us feel like it's just gonna come. But if we focus, it's destined to come. This is how it's been created. But I want to thank y'all for tuning in today. I appreciate you tuning in again. Like, share, subscribe, comment, ask some questions, because we're going to have them on again. So if you have any questions that you would like to be asked, ask some questions in the comment section. Again, thank you. This has been PhilosoMe Talks show. Peace and love to all y'all.